Hey, so I thought about trying a different format as kind of inspiration from last week. Take a look at what my handheld camera skills are like. So yeah, also I wanted to give you a little bit of a tour of my room now that it's a little bit cleaner. This is my work area, that's my film editing software. That's a brand new rice pot that is enormous and I don't know where to put it. And this is a bed that's covered with Nerf shit because I was just in a small Nerf battle-y thing with Tommy. Also, I went to the thrift shops today and I found some interesting things. I might talk about those at the end of the video depending on how much time I have. Anywho, in response to your last video, you cheated me. You listed like all the medias except poetry, including poetry, because your main video is about poetry. So yes, I do feel like basically all forms of art could be metaphorically called poetry, because poetry is used as a metaphor to just talk about basically all other forms of art, in the same way that poetry is art. I have difficulty understanding like the fertility of the question, because of course like film and anime and cartoons and comic books and books and to a certain degree even photography and scrapbooking and things like that are all forms of poetry. It's all an artistic expression, a display of some sort of message, of feelings, experience, emotion, things around you, communicating a unique message to another person through some medium. All of it's, to me, it goes down to personal preference to how you want to express yourself. They're all equal in my eyes. Except rap. Fuck rap. Yeah, so anywho, this is a little bit of a tour of my room. While I was at the thrift stores, I found this huge thing, which replaces this little thing, which is, I don't know what to do with it because I spent $5 on it, and I don't want to throw it away even though it's disgusting. That one is clean and huge and awesome, and it fits all of my shoes, and they sit next to each other, and it has space for like some other storage of things, which makes me happy. And I think I spent $1.69 on it, so I'm pretty happy right now. What was the other thing I was going to do? Oh yeah, more nerfy stuff. Wait, nope, I have to actually give you resolution to last week's video. So, the idea of last week's video was to show that there was kind of many different ways of doing the same basic thing. That is, fire a foam projectile at another person. And the sheer number of different ways of doing it gives credence to all of the different kinds of people that are drawn into that hobby. That it's so all-encompassing, that it's such a personal thing, that someone's loadout is always going to be different. There's always going to be a different way of playing the game, and because of that you're going to arm yourself differently. And I don't think any one sort of way of playing the game or any one Nerf gun is in any way superior to all others. On paper, Tommy's loadout and his guns are all massively better than mine on paper because they have just so much higher FPS ratings. And some of them have similar rate of fires. But then you realize that his whole playstyle is drastically different from mine. And my loadouts always will generally suit my playstyle, but not his at all. He loathes using most of my guns, especially my flywheel stuff. He absolutely hates using those. I absolutely hate using several of his sniping rifles that he loves so much, and I would never be able to play effectively with them. Actually, you know what? You can interpret the meaning of that yourself. I think you and all of our viewers are intelligent enough to take that same idea and put it into a more useful context. Oh, and I am running out of time. So basically, I went to the thrift store, and this thing I found for $1.69 at the Goodwill outlet, which is a Rampage. You cannot pass up Rampages. These are actually completely usable guns. Then I was at Value Village, and I found this thing called a Quick 16, which has an integrated magazine. And if you know me, you know I love integrated magazines. And so I realized that I need to integrate these things. Oh shoot, you should probably know that this Quick 16 has a horrible plunger system. The internals are shit, but the internals on the Rampage are amazing. So if you fuse the two, you get an awesome gun. And that's what I'm going to try to do. And it's going to be a big, painful project that I'm going to cry. Anywho, I am not going to give you a question for next week, because I have a feeling you already have a video planned. So, I will see you Friday.